Hello, I'm Prasant Thakre. Welcome in the series of AWS Solution Architect Certification Exam Dump. Today I'm going to cover more about the S3 storage and as well as about the Cloudfront. So let's jump on the question. A solution architect needs to design a solution that will allow website developers to deploy static web content without managing server infrastructure. All web content must be accessed over HTTPS with a custom domain name. The solution should be scalable as the company continues to grow. Which of the following will provide the most cost effective solution? So just I am highlighting the hint here. So first hint is that most cost effective solution. Next is that the storing the static web content. So whenever in the question it is coming like that we are storing the static things, then the first thing is like that S3, because S3 is cost effective and as well as it's provide 99.99% availability and durability is very high, as well as the S3 provide you that cross region replication and you can also host your website by using the S3 bucket as well, and there is no any issues about that scalability. So when it is talking about the continues to grow in this, it means like the size of static web content is being increased and S3 provide you all that kind of feature. Then now next endpoint is like that HTTPS. So of course on the top of that S3 we need some services so that we can host the website, and it must be the secure. So let's jump on the option. The first option says Amazon EC2 Instance. So sorry, I forgot to mention one more hint point here. The question is saying that they don't want to manage the server infrastructure, means like your design must be serverless. So in case of Amazon EC2 instances, yes, it's useful when you are deploying your application server and having a lot of business logic. But in our conditions, it already mentioned that without managing a server infrastructure, so EC2 instance is the wrong option. The next is the AWS Lambda function with Amazon API gateway. That looks okay to me, but in Lambda functions, you cannot store the static web content. It means you are going to store in S3. On the top of that you are having a Lambda function, and then you are having a Amazon API gateway. Then user will be able to access the content. So here if I am just trying to draw it, so you are having S3, then you are having a Lambda content here, then you are having a API gateway, and then here is the user. So in this situation it's not being cost effective because you are paying for API, you are paying for Lambda, and already you are using the S3 to store the data. And even in the question it's not mentioned about that where they are storing the where they are going to store the static web content. But one thing here, the Lambda is very cost effective. If suppose in this question they are asking like that they are having a complete combination like S3 and Lambda function in Amazon API gateway, then of course this could be option. But here in this option they have not mentioned anything about that where they are storing. So I am marking it as wrong on the wrong option. Amazon Cloudfront with Amazon S3 bucket origin. That looks okay to me because when you are using the Cloudfront, then you need to specify the origin, and here it is trying to say like that S3 bucket is the origin. It means all the static web content you are storing into the S3. Uh, Amazon S3 with the static website, that is the wrong option because the Cloudfront provide the uh, secure communication, and in the next slide we will read more about the CloudFront. So let's jump on the next slide. So this is the correct option. So this is the CloudFront. So Amazon CloudFront is the fast content delivery network. So there is no compromise with the performance, and it is very useful when you are streaming the videos as well and you are delivering the data application as well as images. It provides the high transfer speed, so there is no latency issues. CloudFront is integrated with the AWS both physical location that are directly connected to AWS global infrastructure as well as the other AWS services. So here you can think about that you are having the S3 service and you need one CloudFront on the top of that. CloudFront works seamlessly with services including the AWS Shield for DDoS mitigation, Amazon S3, it is already mentioned here, ELB, and yeah, here is the origin, could be S3, could be the EC2 as well, Lambda as well. Lastly, if you use AWS origin such as Amazon S3, Amazon EC2 instance, you don't pay for any data transfer between these services and the CloudFront. So you are paying the money for that services you are using and storing the data into the S3. So here is the one more content I took it from the AWS document. So here it is mentioned like that, that is the extremely good combinations of S3 and the CloudFront to store, secure and deliver. And in this question, it's already mentioned like that you want to store, you want to deliver, and and yeah, it must be secure. So secure is the HTTPS here. So all three things it is being achieved by using the Amazon S3 with the combination of CloudFront. So this is all from my side. Thanks a lot.